Floyd has never been no troublesome child. One like fighting in the streets and stuff. Never, ever.
Saying like that, people get money, man. Things change.
It was instilled in him. His dad pushed him. Pushed him on in every way possible. And even when he was a kid, he was like maybe 8 years old.
Floyd Mayweather's father came forward to defend his son amid rumors of a $402 million scam and bankruptcy. He firmly stated that Floyd has never been involved in anything illegal or dishonest. According to him, even as a child, Floyd stayed out of trouble and never got into fights. He emphasized that his son's focus was always on boxing and discipline, not drama or scams. The elder Mayweather expressed disappointment in the false accusations and reassured the public that Floyd's success came from hard work, not shady dealings. His defense aimed to protect his son's reputation and legacy. Floyd Mayweather's father further stated that after coming out of jail, Floyd has changed completely. He believes his son is now a different person, more focused and careful. According to him, Floyd would never be involved in any scam today, and people should stop doubting his integrity and growth.
Your best memories of this camp?
Well, to be honest, since Floyd got out of jail, I haven't even seen that kind of act from him.
Yeah.
He's, to me, he's sort of like a different person to me.
Really?
Yeah.
Do you think the fact that he got out of jail that kind of like made him wise to things to where he was able to reconnect with you and you guys were able to kind of, reconnect with each other?
Yeah. I think everything came together, man. After that, I think that we mingling better. We understand each other better. We corresponding, and we as you can say, if you look at the fight, it look like we all together.
Floyd Mayweather has often reflected on the deep and complex relationship he shares with his father, Floyd Mayweather Sr. In interviews, Floyd recalls how his father would confidently say, "My son will be one of the best." While grateful for the belief, Floyd always aimed higher, responding, "I will be the best, not just one of them." This mindset became a defining force in his career. The dynamic between father and son was filled with both tension and inspiration. His father's tough training and bold expectations pushed Floyd beyond limits. Even through disagreements and public clashes, there remained a strong foundation of mutual respect. Floyd acknowledges that his father's early influence laid the groundwork for his undefeated record and global success. The combination of a father's belief and a son's unshakable drive created a legacy in boxing that few can match. Together, they turned ambition into history.
The person I need to talk about the most is my father. My dad said someday my son will be one of the best. And I told my dad, I will be the best. Not just be one of the best, I will be the best.
Floyd Mayweather tells his story with raw honesty, revealing the painful truths of his early life. He shares how his mother struggled with substance abuse and his father went to prison, leaving him to face the world on his own. He recalls having to go to the Olympics without support and dropping out of school due to life's overwhelming challenges. Through it all, Floyd built himself from the ground up, driven by pain, resilience, and an unshakable desire to succeed. He often notes that his father never spoke publicly about these hardships, choosing instead to focus on Floyd's talent and potential. Despite that silence, Floyd has never denied the role his father played in shaping his career. Their relationship, though complicated, was rooted in belief and discipline.
Mother being on drugs, dad going to prison, me just going to the Olympics by myself, 7 of us in a 1-bedroom. I said, you know what? I left school. Within 6 months, I was a millionaire.
Floyd Mayweather Sr. has played a pivotal role in shaping his son's legendary boxing career. As a former boxer himself, Mayweather Sr. taught Floyd Mayweather Jr. the techniques and strategies that made him an undefeated champion. The core of Mayweather Sr.'s training philosophy is based on defense, particularly the shoulder roll technique, which allows a fighter to avoid punches while maintaining an offensive stance. This method has been a trademark of Mayweather Jr. Apotway's style, helping him stay out of harm's way while dominating his opponents in the ring. Mayweather Sr.'s influence goes beyond just physical techniques. He instilled in his son the mentality needed to succeed in a sport as grueling and competitive as boxing. The focus was not only on achieving victory, but on avoiding unnecessary risks and staying ahead of the competition. This mindset has been key to Mayweather Jr.'s undefeated record, as he became known for his strategic approach and mastery of the sport's nuances. Through his guidance, Floyd Mayweather Jr. not only became a master of the ring, but also built a lucrative brand, making billions in boxing. The bond between father and son, both in the gym and the ring, has been essential to Mayweather Jr.'s unprecedented success.
Hard as you can. You already thought about hard as you can. Damn. What's that? Let's do it again. Where you at?
Jeff Mayweather always recognized the exceptional drive in his nephew Floyd Mayweather Jr., a drive that was nurtured by Floyd Sr. from a very young age. Floyd Sr. was determined to guide his son toward greatness, ensuring that he followed a path that would lead to success not only in boxing, but in life as a whole. From the time Floyd Jr. was a child, his father pushed him to be the best in everything he did, laying the foundation for his future accomplishments. Jeff recalls how Floyd Sr. would always emphasize the importance of hard work and discipline. When Floyd Jr. was just 8 years old, he was already running 5 miles in the neighborhood, showing a level of determination that many of the adults around him couldn't comprehend. People would question why a young kid was running that much, especially without seeing his father behind the wheel of a car. But Floyd Sr. knew what his son was capable of, and that was the start of what would become a legendary career.
It was instilled in him. His dad pushed him. Pushed him on in every way possible. And even when he was a kid, he was like maybe 8 years old, he would be running like 5 miles in the neighborhood, and people thought that he was crazy because they didn't see his father driving a car. They just saw a little kid just running all through the city. And basically, now those same people became fans of his and realized that he wasn't crazy, that, you know, he was on his way to greatness. And that's what happened.
Money and fame usually affects boxers when they make enough of it or when they become famous enough. We've seen numerous cases of high-profile boxers get to a certain level, earn an awful lot of money, become extremely famous, and then their career starts to dip. For Floyd, the money was clearly not the driving factor, even though he's Floyd Money Mayweather, because he would still go to the gym at 3, 4 in the morning. He would still work harder than anyone else. So why did the money, the wealth and the fame not soften his desire to become even better, do you think?
Well, because it was never about money. It was about being the actual best fighter ever to put on a pair of gloves. I mean, when Floyd was 5 or 6 years old.
As Floyd Jr. progressed in his boxing career, fame and wealth never seemed to cloud his focus. Unlike many other boxers who lose sight of their goals once they achieve financial success, Floyd Jr. maintained his relentless work ethic. Despite the fame and fortune that came with being Floyd Money Mayweather, he continued to train hard, often starting his workouts in the early hours of the morning, showing that for him, it was never about the money, but about being the best. Floyd Sr. always believed in his son's potential, and from the very beginning, the family knew Floyd Jr. would become one of the greatest boxers of all time. Floyd Sr.'s unwavering belief, combined with Floyd Jr.'s natural talent and work ethic, led to a career that exceeded even the highest expectations. Success was never a matter of chance. It was the result of years of discipline, sacrifice, and guidance from a father who always wanted the best for his son.
Started so young, and everyone in my family, where he's at today, we all expected it. It's not like it just happened. This is what we expected. And so basically, there will be people that anyone within, with an ear's reach, we would tell them, that he's going to be the greatest fighter ever, that ever lived. And to this point, he's proved it in terms of his numbers and everything else. Of course, when you put in something beyond that's not related to boxing, it's different. But when you talk nothing about boxing, only boxing.
Floyd Sr. reflects on the significant changes in his relationship with his son as they found success. He emphasizes that for much of their lives, they had an unbreakable bond with no arguments. However, things shifted when his son's career took off, particularly after they had a few disagreements, one on HBO and another regarding a car. Floyd Sr. expresses that these were the first signs of a change in their dynamic.
We had at one time we was coming up. We have never had an argument in our life, me and him. Then we had an argument on what was the name of it? HBO. We was on HBO. Then another time we argued over by the car. I'm saying, man, what is all this about now? I'm just saying, you know, and we never had no argument. All of a sudden, I don't know. I'm just telling you, man. It is what it is. Sometimes, you know, hey, when people get, it ain't about me training or anything like that. People get money, man. Things change.
He points out that the root of this change lies in the influence of money. According to Floyd Sr., when people acquire wealth, it often alters their priorities and relationships. It's not just about family or personal connections anymore. The focus shifts to accumulating more. Floyd Sr. stresses that this shift is not unique to him and his son. It's something that happens with anyone, whether it's your father, mother, or sibling. The pursuit of wealth can, unfortunately, cloud one's sense of what truly matters. This change, he admits, was not easy for him to accept, as it led to a distancing between him and his son, something he deeply regrets.
Or anything like that, people get money, man. Things change. I don't care whether it's your father, mother, whoever. Father, mother, brother, sister, name it. You know, if sometimes when people get money.
Floyd Sr. recalled a specific argument over a car, which he implied was more about Floyd Jr. spending money on unnecessary luxury items. He believes that when money entered the picture, his son changed, becoming more focused on accumulating wealth rather than valuing the relationships that once mattered. Floyd Sr. tried to warn his son about the dangers of this obsession with money, but Floyd Jr. didn't listen. As a result, Floyd Jr. became entangled in scams and questionable ventures, driven by the pursuit of financial gain, whether legal or illegal, reflecting the shift in his priorities after achieving success.
Floyd Mayweather Jr. I mean, we all know him, the tremendous, talented boxer, but people don't realize how smart he is in business, especially real estate. He just did a blockbuster deal, forget about it. Upper Manhattan, 1,000 units, consisting of 60 buildings, affordable housing, $402 million purchase price. The seller, Black Spruce Management. This is going to be a monster, huge deal. Already a very big portion of it already closed. The remaining portion should be closing the beginning of 2025. This is a guy who believes in long-term wealth, you know, generational wealth. He's heavily involved in skyscrapers. Now he's getting very, very big in affordable housing in Upper Manhattan. Tremendous deal. $402 million. Once again, 1,000 units, 60 buildings. Forget about it, Maron. That's what I'm talking about. That's smart. That's generational wealth, in my opinion. Not financial advice, not a financial planner, but very, very impressed. Floyd Mayweather Jr. Not too shabby. V for victory.
Business Insider later revealed that things weren't as they seemed with Floyd Mayweather's financial ventures. It became clear that Floyd's actions were more about flexing his wealth than any legitimate business dealings. Despite the rumors and allegations of him being scammed or even involved in a scam, there was no solid evidence to back up those claims. Floyd himself contributed to the confusion by posting videos on his official Instagram account, where he proudly showcased his purchases and extravagant lifestyle. These posts were meant to display his success, but they fueled speculation and rumors, leading people to question whether these ventures were genuine or just part of a larger image-building strategy. Regardless of the allegations, Floyd continued to capitalize on his fame and wealth, often blurring the lines between what was real and what was a calculated image for his audience.
There's a flex happening with Floyd Mayweather that we were all cheering and congratulating him from, but we might need to put a pin in that as some evidence comes forward that things may not be how they seem. So a couple weeks back, I talked about it here on the show. Floyd Mayweather said he dropped $402 million on 62 Manhattan rental buildings. But Business Insider went and did the research. They did their Googles, and they said they couldn't find any receipts that this is true. There were no deed transfers, no public records, nothing. They made some phone calls to owners, and they could not find any information regarding this transaction. Floyd has gone on interviews and discussed it. You know, of course, 50 Cent dropped in with his troll thing and put the interview up and the information about it and said he bought them in his imagination. Same place he read all those Harry Potter books, because 50 gone 50. My question is, does Floyd, was he swindled in some sort of business deal? Was this just because...
Joe Rogan defended Floyd Mayweather, addressing the backlash Floyd receives due to his wealth and trash talk. Rogan acknowledged that while many focus on Floyd's flashy lifestyle and bold statements, they often overlook his incredible abilities as a boxer. According to Rogan, people criticize Floyd for the way he flaunts his money and trash talks, but they fail to recognize his extraordinary skill in the ring. Floyd, he emphasized, is a master of defense and has a rare ability to avoid getting hit, which is a testament to his technical proficiency. Rogan pointed out that Floyd's career longevity and success weren't just about his wealth or personality. It was about his unmatched boxing intelligence and defensive skills. His approach, though often misunderstood, is part of what made him one of the greatest boxers in history. Rogan reminded fans to respect his craft rather than focus solely on his public persona.
When I always talk to people about Floyd Mayweather, they talk all this shit. He does this, he does that, he's got all this money. I go, save all that. Forget about his talking. Watch how that guy fights. He barely gets hit. Yeah. He's been rocked maybe twice in his whole career. Maidana and Sugar Shane Mosley. Those are the only two. Yeah. The only two guys who cracked him. And he wound up winning both those fights. Yeah. He's a masterful boxer. And that's what everybody should emulate. I love the Arturo Gatti, Mickey Ward fights as much as anybody did. But if that was my son, I'd be freaking the out. I'd be like, don't fight like that. It's not worth it. I don't give a how many of these drunken cheer you on. They're not going to be with you when you wake up in the morning. Your head is pounding in your head. When you have a hard time looking at light. When you have to have all the shades closed. When just a little crack of light coming in through the shade is hurting you. It's giving you a headache. They're not going to be there with you when you're old.
Virg used to always put it like this, and it's a shut up.
Joe Rogan has long admired Floyd Mayweather for his exceptional discipline and focus throughout his career. Unlike many other fighters, Floyd has maintained a strict routine and stayed committed to his training without allowing fame or distractions to derail him. Rogan points out that while many boxers lose their edge once they achieve success, Floyd has always stayed dedicated to his body and his craft, consistently following a rigorous training regimen. What sets Floyd apart, according to Rogan, is his ability to avoid the common pitfalls that many fighters fall into once they reach a certain level of fame and fortune. While other athletes may indulge in partying or neglect their fitness, Floyd has kept his focus, which has allowed him to stay in remarkable shape even as he ages. This commitment to discipline is what has kept Floyd at the top of his game for so long. Rogan's admiration for Floyd extends beyond the controversies surrounding his money and legal issues. He respects Floyd's unwavering dedication to boxing and his ability to maintain such high standards of fitness and focus throughout his career, making him one of the most remarkable athletes in the sport.
The thing about Floyd is he never lost his discipline. Like, Floyd's discipline was undeniable.
Right. But through that ball and nights, I don't think he was doing drugs or drinking. He kept his...
Floyd would famously run home from the nightclub. So he would go out in Vegas, he'd be partying. It looked like he's partying, he's drinking water. And then he would have his driver drive, and with his pants on, jeans on, he would jog home. And the dude was always training, never got out of shape.
Joe Rogan discussed Floyd Mayweather's transformation from a skilled boxer to a business-focused figure, emphasizing how he shifted from his pretty boy persona to the Money Mayweather identity. Rogan noted that Mayweather stopped trash-talking boxing and instead centered his attention on making money. After retiring from competitive boxing, he capitalized on exhibition matches, including fights against YouTubers like Logan Paul. These bouts attracted massive audiences and provided Mayweather with substantial paydays, proving his strategic move to secure wealth beyond traditional boxing. Rogan highlighted how these ventures were all about maximizing financial gains through widely viewed events.
Floyd went from being like a really exciting pressure fighter and he had a bunch of hand problems to like Money Mayweather, start talking, boxing people's faces off. No more hand problems, much more money.
Yeah, I love what he's doing too, beating up these YouTube guys.
It's crazy.
I love it.
It's so funny that these guys are willing to get beat up by him.
Well, I think they're all delusional.
That's it for today's video. Stay tuned until next time.